as the tagline here is for you all, Nearpod is a tool for. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, there's a small issue. Unfortunately, the live stream, there's some issue. I think we'll have to start the stream again. So I'll have to take the introduction again. Will that be okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Good afternoon, dear educators. Firstly, I apologize for the issue. There's some issue with going live. But yes, we warmly welcome you all to the day 2 of certification course on using Nearpod for education, brought to you by Teacher.in in collaboration with School of Education, Osmania University and EdChat India. Before we move ahead, here's a brief introduction of Teacher to all the new community members who joined us today. Teacher is a professional network for K-12 educators. At Teacher, educators can connect with fellow educators, exchange ideas and resources, attend professional development sessions, and find jobs and other opportunities. So do go check out the platform after the session. Moving to the next and the most important introduction of the day. Today's super educator, we have got Mrs. Sonia Wadhwa joining us today for the day 2 of certification course on using Nearpod. Mrs. Sonia Wadhwa is the IT manager and HOT ICT at the Sanskaar Valley School, Bhopal. She is a Microsoft Technological Associate for Java. She is a certified Microsoft Office Specialist for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. In addition to these, she is also a Microsoft Certified Educator Expert, Google Certified Educator for Scratch, and MIT App Inventor. She is also a Master Trainer and MIEE Fellow with Microsoft and an Adobe Creative Educator and an Indian Ambassador for the same. She is a recipient of several different awards at the national and the international front, and she is a certified CISC trained educator for teaching computer science and computer applications, CAIE trained educator for training ICT and IB trained educators for teaching ITGS. She is also an examiner with the Cambridge for ICT subject. Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, for joining us today, and I'm really excited about today's session. Over to you.
Thank you, Varun, for that introduction. I am soon going to share my screen and begin with the presentation. Welcome, dear audience, and I hope you have learned something from yesterday's session and you are excited to take Nearpod to your classrooms and create the magic of Nearpod with your students in the classroom. So here are we with the agenda of day 2. So this is the presentation. So we are going to build on to what we did yesterday, certainly. But if there are new people in the room and you missed yesterday's session, you can let us know through the chat window, and we would be happy to take you through the walkthrough of session. What we did yesterday, a quick recap towards the end of today's agenda. So this is basically what we are going to cover today. So what we are going to learn today, we are going to see how we can use Nearpod with Google Slides. So I know that most of the educators are now teaching using Google Classrooms and you are using Google Slides. So how to integrate Nearpod with your Google Slides? How to use the newly added video feature to Nearpod. Yesterday there was a query about immersive readers, so we would see how to use immersive reader in Nearpod. We would also see how to integrate Flipgrid in Nearpod. and how to use time to climb activity, because I read in feedback some of you were interested to know the difference between a quiz and time to climb activity and how it is used. So I am going to take you to the live demonstration of all these features what I have mentioned here through the Nearpod interface. So let's go to the Nearpod interface. So I am changing to the browser mode. I am going to show you. So this is my Nearpod screen. So for those who have joined today only, I am just going to log out and come back to the home screen and show you from the beginning. So this is the interface of the Nearpod app. You have to sign up for the first time, and when you sign up, you have options to sign up with Google Office 365 or with any other account, maybe Hotmail, Outlook, Rediff. So if you have other than Office 365 or Google, you can mention your domains here, your first name, last name, your organizational IDs and password, and these are the ways to sign up. Now, as I already have an account here, so I'm not going to sign up. I'm going to sign in. So I'm going to log in here, and I am going to log in with my Office 365 account. So when I click on login with Office 365, it is going to show directly take me in, because on my system I have saved my credentials for login. So it did not ask me my ID password, it directly came to my home screen. Now this is my dashboard. We were talking about lessons in Google Slides. So I'm going to show you this option through a reverse, technique also. So I have here opened my Google account. So this is my organizational account. It is opened over here. Now if you click on this particular icon, which is like a matrix of 3 by 3, all the Google apps come up. Now if I go to slides over here, why I'm showing you through this technique, because I could have gone directly from Nearpod also. You need to check certain things like, so if I go to, I'm going to a blank presentation from here. So a Google slide, for those who use PPT only, PowerPoint presentation by Microsoft, and you don't use Google Slide, this is, both the softwares are similar. This is by Google. So using Google Slides also, you can create presentations. So I showed you that from where I reached here, I'm showing it a little slow. So this is from here, you have to go to slides and then you come up over here. So this is your Google slide. Now you have to have a look on this particular option. This is add-on. Now if you are using an organizational account like me, like I'm using my organizational Google account, so I have asked my admin to activate the add-ins for Google Slide. Like I got Peer Deck enabled for my organization, I got Nearpod enabled for my organization. Then in that case, these add-ins will come up only when your administrator, make them activate for your organization. If you are an individual user and you are using your personal Gmail account, you can yourself activate Nearpod add-in. You just go to add-in and click on get add-in, and then search for Nearpod and you can add it. It's right here. So on my system, it is already there. It shows installed. So as my organization's add-ins are controlled by my administrator, so neither I can install nor I can uninstall. But an independent, Gmail user with this or your personal ID can add add-ins also and can remove add-ins. Here there is a word of caution here. If you are using your personal Gmail account, you would notice that when you try to install the Nearpod add-in for Google Slide, it will ask you lot many permissions to be given from your account. It would say that Nearpod would access your drive, would like to access your photographs, would like to access microphone on your system. Now it is taking so many permissions. There is a purpose behind that, because all the presentations that you will make will be saved on your drive. Now if you add an activity that has audio or video, so definitely Nearpod needs camera permission, video permission, microphone permission. So if you are not comfortable giving so many permission, because you may use this particular account for bank transactions also, so in that case it is advisable that you create a separate Gmail account for all these permissions. So it's a good idea that during the lockdown we are using so many tools, and everywhere we go and we say sign up with Google or sign in with Google, So it's better to create an account just for this purpose only, so that all the advertisement mails from these companies comes to that very account only, and your personal account is separate, which you may use for various other activities. So if you don't want to give so many permissions on your personal Gmail account, it's better you try it with a new account, and then you go to your account, and then same way you come to slides. Now I want to see Nearpod here in my Google Slides. So I will go to add-ons and I'll click on Nearpod and I'll say open Nearpod. Now this is not the full app opening here. This is an add-in. So add-in is giving me power of Nearpod activities in my existing presentation. So here I had opened a blank presentation. If on my Google Drive I would have had a PPT which I made few days back, I can bring that PPT also, and in between that PPT slides I can add Nearpod activity. That is also doable. So now whatever activities we had seen yesterday, they all are here. So if suppose I want to bring a video here or a collaborative wall here, field trip here, let's say let us try fill in the blanks. So we would see some of the activities which we did not try yesterday. So I am going to show those first. So this is a fill in the blanks activity. First, this is asking you to set up a slide or something. So you can have the fill in the blanks type somewhere else, and you can directly paste it over here, or you can type it over here. So let's say I'm writing here, Dash is a super network of networks, and it is also called as information superhighway. So let's say this is one fill in the blank which I want to give it to my students. So this is, I have done with this, and now I can click on next. And then I can click on done. If I wanted to type many, I could have. Now the next thing is, okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the answer also. I'm so sorry, I should have tell you this before. So I'm going to come back here. When I was typing, okay, let's quickly do it again. I had to select one word as my correct answer, which I forgot. That's why it was not taking. I'm going to show you quickly once again. So I go to Nearpod and I am taking up again fill in the blank activity. So I take my fill in the blank and I'm typing here. So let's say this is internet is information superhighway, and then I want to write that it is wide area network. It is wide area network. So my words which I want to use here for fill in the blanks. I would select those words. So I would say next. Now next slide it is asking me to mark the which should come as blank. So this should come as blank. So I'm setting it up and then I'm saying done. There is some problem with my screen view. It is not coming full. I'm so sorry, bear with me for this. It is just not coming full on my screen and I'm unable to see that side. So I'm just trying one last time and I think it should happen now. So what I can do is I can show you here, because here it is giving full view and there my screen is little squeezed. So I'm showing you here the same activity and it will come the same way over here. So here you have fill in the blanks activity. I'm writing it here. Now, once I have set up a style and I am done with this, then I have to select the next button. I'm so sorry, because of my drive it seems is full, so it is not bringing it over here. So I am just showing you all these activities directly from Nearpod. It is not allowing me to paste. I will show you this activity, fill in the blanks, from my Nearpod only. So I was trying to show you that how you can activate Nearpod in Google Slide. So this is how you would do it. So this, I think everybody is clear that you have to go to add-on, you have to go to Nearpod, and then you have to go get add-in and add your Nearpod add-in. If you are using organizational ID, I am repeating, please ask your administrator to enable it. And if you are using personal ID, you can do it yourself. Now coming back to Nearpod, so I would show these features now to you through Nearpod, because my live is full, so it is not giving me space to add more activities. So I am going to go to Nearpod and going to show you from there. Now this is my Nearpod desktop where we were earlier. Now I am going to go to Nearpod and show you these activities which we were doing just now. So I'm going to open a blank lesson or a new lesson. So I'm saying lesson in Nearpod. And then I'm going to go to add slide. So we were doing fill in the blanks. So I will show you fill in the blanks activity from here. So here I am with the fill in the blank activity. I click on there. Now I can write what I was writing. So I can write internet is a super highway. I can write a paragraph and the next slide will allow me to mark my blanks. So here it is saying that click on the word on the right to add to the word blank. So I will click on internet. So here internet is blank. If I would have written a paragraph, I would have got 10 words which should come as blank. So I would click on all those words. So that's it. Now this activity is created. If I want to edit it, I can edit my activity. I can go back to this. So here I can further, I can go back and let's say I am writing internet is information super highway. Then I want to add on one more word to it. I'm writing it is wide area network. So now I know that there are two blanks which I want to keep. So I want to keep internet as a blank. I want to keep wide as a blank. So I'm done with it now. Now say next, done. So when my students will get this particular activity, so let me do it with you only. So I am writing here, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks, and then I will give you a link of this activity in the chat box. So I'm just going to click on create. This is just one activity. This is for which grade? I'm specifying it's a 5th grade and subject is technology. And then I would say save and next. Now this activity would come onto my home page on top. I want to do a live lesson with you all. So I'm going to click on live participation. And then please see the code on my screen and join like you did yesterday. I'm also copying the link and pasting in the chat window so that you can directly click and get an access to this activity. The way I did here, the same way you could do on Google Slides. So it was exactly the same way. My screen was not popping up because my drive was full. So it was not letting me create over there. But I'm sure the same method, if you follow over there, you will get the fill in the blanks to your PowerPoint slides also. Or your Google Slides also. So I'm just waiting for a few people to respond so that I get this indication that you all have understood that how fill in the blanks will pop up for students. So this is my code. And you can go to joinnearpod.com and type this code to give response to try this fill in the blank activity. Okay, so I can see a few people have tried. So this is the right answer. If I were to show to my students later on by screen sharing, I can show it this way, and I know that few people are answering and they are getting their scores also. So this is how a fill in the blank activity can be created in Nearpod, and you can allow your children to fill in the blanks, and later on once everybody has submitted, using the screen share option, the teacher can actually show the right answers to the students this way, as it is now evident on my screen and you all can. Moving on, this was about. I'm closing this session. If you all, some of you are trying that now, maybe you face difficulty because I have now closed it from my end. Now I'm going to tell you one very interesting feature. This feature is available in Google Slides also and here also. So everything which is here is there. You can try it on Google Slides also. So basically you are converting your slide. One important thing I wanted to show you when I was showing Google, because it closed, so I had to come back to Nearpod. So once you are creating your Nearpod slides, at the end, so what would you do to make it a Nearpod lesson? That was very important for me to tell you. So I'm showing you that step from where it will come. So let's say after you have added a number of activities, at the end there is an option save and go to Nearpod. The moment you do this, let's say I put up a match the following activity. Let me see if it quickly happens. So I'm writing here match the following activity. So I'm asking student match the device with its use. Device with its use, let's say. So now I'm going to add pairs. Now when I'm adding the pair, I would add the correct pair. Remember, I would add the correct pair. When the activity would come for students, all the pairs will be jumbled up. So this is scanner is the name of the device, and I'm writing the, it can be used to scan text and images. So this is, I'm saying add another pair. Now let me write printer. So I'm writing here printer, and then I'm saying it is used to print or obtain hard copy of documents. So I'm done with the second pair. I'm adding the third and last pair, and let's say this is mouse. So this device is used to select options on a GUI, graphical user interface. So and I'm done with these three. So I've added this three. So these are added, and now I say save. Now I have added this. I just pray this gets saved because there is problem with the space. So yes, it has come. Now it is saved. Now I want to save this particular lesson as my Nearpod lesson. My first slide is empty, so I can delete it. Now there's just one slide. This way you can add as many number of slides. Now I say save and go to Nearpod. This is one important step which I wanted to show you. So what you have to do is the moment you say save and go to Nearpod, now it says that, now what is here, I am using my Office 365 account, and I'm bringing my Nearpod slides from my Google account. That's why it took that special permission from me. If you have both accounts in Google, it will come without any hassle. So I've given permission from my Google Slides to come to my Microsoft account. So this is my which I made in Google Slide, and now it has automatically come to Nearpod. Now if I want to do this with you, the same way I can go to Nearpod live activity. I have got a code, and I can do this match the following activity with you. So I'm not doing it. I hope you all have experienced how it looks like. So let's move on further with the agenda, what we were to do. So this is how it is very important that when you create your Google Slides with the power of Nearpod, you save them and bring it to Nearpod to do it as a live lesson in Nearpod. Now this is reverse step. You could go from here also to Google Slide, then it will be automatically saved in Nearpod. So this we have done this first option, second option, and now this is an amazing feature. So this feature is here also available. So if you see this Nearpod add-on here, video feature is in slides also. So if you want to access from slides, you can get video feature from here also. So both ways you can try, either on Google Slides or on the real Nearpod lesson. So this is actually added here, video. Now what is this video? Have you ever thought that you are playing a 6-minute video and after 2 minutes you want a video to automatically pause and prompt a question for your students. Then once everybody has answered, the video moves on, again a 1-minute play, and then it automatically make a pause, then again a question is raised. So how relaxing that video would be if we can show it in that way. So that's the beautiful feature which has been added live here. I have done one editing in one, video if it is still there, or otherwise let me do one live editing with you. So I'm going to go to video and show you this feature. So here is a ready-made video library. If you want to pick up the video from here, let's say there are some maths teachers in the room, so I can pick up Pythagoras theorem, and there is a beautiful simple video on leap years also. So let's take this video. So if you are telling your students about leap year, now here are some prompters given. So it is automatically suggesting कि आप इतना video दिखाने के बाद you can ask students this question. So if you want to take this question, you can click on this. Is automatically showing that this particular question will come. So the video will start from here. Please see. And then it is showing that at the end this particular question can be asked. If you want to ask these two questions which are selected by the artificial intelligence feature over here, which is pre-decided questions based on this video, you can click on the questions and it will confirm that you want to take this particular question. Now in between I want to add one of my question also. So if you see the flow of the lesson, so it starts from here. So the child is seeing 1-minute video. She is talking about, I'm not sure whether you can hear the video's voice or not. She is talking about leap year, and then suddenly an activity comes up. Now what is that activity? The students will be able to see that question. It is asking, it's a multiple choice question. So that's a multiple choice question. You can even edit it. How long it takes the earth to take, it takes the earth a little longer than 365 days to orbit the sun, true or false? So correct answer is true. This question has been automatically added, so it's here. So while you are playing the video, when you do it with the students, this will automatically come at this particular point, 1:0. So after whatever time you have set it, this will come. Suppose, other than these two questions which software is prompting me, I want to add a here. So let me pause here and I say add an activity. So it is asking me which kind of activity you want to add in the mid of the video. So I want to check whether students are understanding or not. So I just want to, have a question which may be informal, or I can put a weak question which is related to this. So maybe I'm just putting a multiple choice question here and I'm asking students which of the following is not a leap year. So in the mid of the video, I'm raising this question just to see whether my students are with me or not. Which of the following is not a leap year? And then I'm giving them some options. So let's say 1992, 1996, and then I'm adding 2000, and then I'm adding, let's say, 1990. And let's say this is the correct answer. Not sure, my maths is poor, but I'm just making this as correct answer. Then I'm saying save. So this particular question is saved. Now when I will do this activity with the students, so I'm just saving it and I want to show it to you how your students will be able to do. So I'm saying it as leap year video. So I have saved this particular video. Now this is an interactive video. So this particular video is saved over here, and I can do it with live. I can do it in front of class. So as I told you yesterday, if I do it with in front of class, so it means I am in my school Good to imagine. With my students, so I have my smart board open, projector ready. So I am playing live it in front of class. So when my video is being played from Nearpod in front of class, then what will happen? The question, the students will watch the video with me. Then after certain point of seconds where there were questions set up, the questions will pop up. I can allow children to do hand raise. I can make them stand up in the class or answer. I give them opportunity to give answer. But now, if it is remote learning, I can choose either options, whether I sending this video as a student based video home, or I'm going to do it in my virtual class on Teams, Zoom, or whatever medium we are using. So let's say I go take it as live participation, and I am going to give this video link to you. Now you can be a part of this video by putting this code at join.nearpod.com and experience it yourself how the questions are coming in between the video. So I'm for people those who have an eye on the chat window, I am going to give you the link here, and the link you will find in the description on YouTube, and you can join the lesson by clicking on the link also. Now this is the lesson code. I'm waiting for some of you to join. So it is also here. You all can watch the video. Once I'll see some people have joined, I will play the video from the beginning, and then I will see, and I will, now make sure before you share the video with the students, this interactive mode is on. On my screen at the bottom, you would see an interactive mode is given. So this interactive mode has to be on. If this is not on, it will go as a flat video to students. They will not be able to see the questions. But if you want them to see the questions along with the video, please make sure this interactive video mode is on. So 7 people have joined. I'm displaying the code again here quickly so that few more can join, and then I will start to play this video. So I think 30 people have joined. Now please experience when the video is going on, when are you getting the question and how the questions are coming up. So this is, we watched the video a little bit, and then this activity is there. So you all can answer on your devices. So I can see people have started to answer the question. Okay, so there was a timer attached to this activity, I think. Now, if I have to share the solutions, so I can share the solutions here. So this is the correct answer. It is showing the correct answer is this. And if I don't want to share the solution, I can say unshare. And when I say share solution, you can see the moment I click on share solution, true is correct and false is wrong, it is coming up here. So students can see the answer. If I say unshare, by the time I don't share the solutions, people can't see the solution. Now I'm going to play it further, and then you see when the next question will come. So it's a small video of 1 minute 48 seconds, and in between there are 2-3 prompt questions. The only limitation here is we can give 2 kind of questions. One is multiple choice and another one is open-ended. So now my cursor has reached to the place where there is an activity. Now I'm going to start the activity. So I hope you all have also watched. Now this is asking me to start the activity. Now there is a checkbox, apply to all activities in the video, then it will automatically play it for the students when it will reach over there. It will not prompt the teacher. If you want to do that setting, you can do this checkbox. If you want to keep the control in your hand, then don't tick and start the activity from your end, because we may like to talk in between before we give them the activity. Now I can see that many of you are answering. You can see my pie chart changing as you are putting in the answers. Now, if I feel that the time given was good enough and I want to move on, and then I can stop the activity and I can share the solution. If I want to give little more time, then I can wait. And once I feel that all my students have answered, then I can move on to share solutions. So I'm just waiting for 2 more minutes and then we will move on with the later part of the video. Okay, that's fine. So now see the solution. So I can, once I've done the activity with the class, I can tell them, please see the solution. So this was the correct answer. So some of you, those who made other choices, those were incorrect answers. Now I can continue playing the video. Now this way, even if I'm sharing a 5-minute big video and I have 8 questions in between, I'm 100% sure that my students are watching the video and they are not fooling around. Because they know at any moment a question will come up in between. Isn't it an amazing feature? Because at times it happens when you ask students to, see a video, and even if you give the YouTube link to them in the chat window, they would see, oh, it's a 5-minute video. Let's go and take a walk for 5 minutes. We'll come back when teacher will ask about this video. So this way you can ensure that they are with you watching the video. You can put activities and they all will be bound to, attempt the questions which will come in between and will watch the video carefully. So I'm waiting for you all to attempt this particular question also. It's an open-ended question. You can write your responses. Okay. So here also the teacher has the power to moderate the answers. And I can moderate the responses and share it with the class. So if I feel that some people are not sharing genuine answers or any anonymous person has joined my class, then I can, discard that response and choose not to share it with the rest of the students. I tested this, feature with grade 11. They were also so excited that, if you watch a bit of video and then you pose a question to the students. So it is not that at times, you must have heard about it that an ideal video should not be of more than 3 to 4 minutes. When you make long videos, 8 to 9 minute videos, the people, those who watch, they lose interest. Now, what to do? If suppose I as a teacher have made a 6-7 minute video because I wanted to finish a small concept and I wanted to do it in one period only. I don't want to take that concept to the next day. But I feel, oh my god, this has become a 10-minute video or a 8-minute video. Children will get bored. They will say that what is ma'am trying to show. But in this way, if I add 5-6 questions in my 10-minute video, I think the interactivity will be there. They will enjoy watching your video. Now, once I've got all the responses, I can, share it with the class. So this is how this particular activity is conducted. Now I can play the remaining bit of the video, which is just last few seconds, and you can see it. Now, believe you me, I tried using 7-8 videos right from this platform, and this is amazing videos are over there. So even you can upload your own video also. If you feel that you have your own video which you would like to send home as homework, as a self-paced activity, so the schools which are sending work home for students to work, and they are sending teachers video where teachers are recording the lesson and sending it to the students. Please don't just send the video. Try recording your own lesson, upload your own video, and then so I can just try to show you that if I upload from my desktop, but we have some limited time. So if I have some MP4 videos in my camera roll, I can just give you a glimpse how it will come. So I'm just going to video section, and I'm going to go to one particular lesson. So let's say I've recorded our team's training, so I want to send it as homework. So I can pick up any video for that matter, and I can say open. So my video will start to upload from my system. It's a long video. I don't want to take away your time from the session. So I'm just cancelling, but I'm showing you your own video will come up the same way as it was a ready-made video. So you could pause your own video in between and put questions over there. So let me leave this window. If it finishes, I will come back to this. Let it upload and I will come back to this. And then I will show you how in your own videos also you can put questions the way we saw it in the ready-made videos. But interesting thing to note is there were about 100 plus ready-made videos to pick up from that platform which were available to us. So it will finish soon. By that time, let us do this one. I had promised you yesterday that we will do Flipgrid activity tomorrow, and I will show you how the Flipgrid exercise can be included in a lesson. So, and this is one activity, time to climb, which I wanted to show you. So, time to climb is also one of the activity of Flipgrid. So, here are content slides and here are activity slides. So, if you see this as, Flipgrid is one activity here, and your time to climb activity is over here. So first let's discuss Flipgrid. However, I have created a Flipgrid activity for you here to experience, but I want to show you how I have created. So I'm going to go to Flipgrid and make my things ready before I bring Flipgrid in Nearpod. So I'm going to go to flipgrid.com and I will sign up with my account. So those of you who are new to Flipgrid, please explore it. And on teacher.in, I think already a session with Flipgrid has happened. You can see the recording from the portal. It's available. There was a certification course which was also done on Flipgrid, an amazing course. You can check the recordings and all. Now suppose I'm signing in here with my Microsoft account. So Flipgrid is a video response recording tool. Now once I sign in into Flipgrid, so I will sign in with my Microsoft account. So my Microsoft account is here and I will sign in it with this account. And then I will create a grid for taking your feedback. And then I will show you how to take this in Nearpod. So let's say I'm going to go to create a topic. So I'm going to click on create a topic. Now here, my topic is I'm going to create a public topic. So I'm going to write here public because I want this grid to be public, not private, and to be used in school only. So I'm writing here feedback on, let's say, Nearpod workshop. So I'm going to write it like this. Now this is the code. If suppose I feel I want to give my user-friendly code, so I can write here Nearpod. This is not available, so I'm writing Nearpod TR1. So this is available, TR training 1. So Nearpod TR1 is available. So I can have a user-friendly code and I can copy this code and I can say next. This is available to create. It says videos will not be duplicated. Now select the topic, select any topic you would like to duplicate to this group. So I'm saying skip for now, I don't want to do that. Now I can, say that this is my Flipgrid code. So I can copy this code. Now please see that where this particular code have to be filled in Nearpod. So I'm going to come back to Nearpod and I'm going to create a Flipgrid activity. So there are two codes required over there. So when I go to Flipgrid in the activity section, I have to paste two codes. So the first code has to be a student URL. So this code which you have got, this is for students to join in. So I can easily paste it in this section. This is my student Flipgrid section. Now, if you see there is one code on top. Now, first of all, I am going to the group to show you. So this is, I have come back here. This feedback on Nearpod training. If I want to change this picture and all, want to do more settings on my grid pictures and all, I can, go to actions and I can do my grid settings from here. I can change cover page and all. So I'm not going to do Flipgrid training here. Those of you who know and want to try, please select any color image and do the changes, whatever you want to do. It's a public thing. And I'm going to now say update. Now this is the code which is coming on my taskbar. This is the teacher code to manage this grid. I have to now copy this. So first I copied the student code. I pasted it in student section. Now I'm going to paste the teacher code. So that's why I wanted to show you that if you set up a Flipgrid activity, you have to first go to Flipgrid, create an activity. Share code will always be the code for student, and the code that comes here after creating the code is for teachers. So you come back, you paste both the codes over here, and then you can click on add. Now this is added. My Flipgrid activity is added over here, which I just created. Now I am going to share this with you towards the end so that if you want to give feedback, you can give it. Now this is another activity, time to climb. Now when I was showing the activities yesterday, nobody raised this question that time to climb and quiz looks alike. Now what is the difference? Now actually time to climb adds a sort of gamification element in your activity. So if you have seen Kahoot, if people do 2 correct questions, they get streak. When people join in, they can select their avatar, they can select their cartoon characters. The same way you can do here. So time to climb is more of gamification. And quiz is exactly answering questions against marks. So let me write here, immersive reader is a new feature added to Nearpod. So I'm just going to give 1-2 questions to show you how it works. And then I'm going to say true or false are the options, true and false. And this is my correct answer. And then I'm going to add one more question. Add question. So my second question is, which is not, sorry I'm typing in capital, but my speed increases when I do so, which is not a feature of Nearpod. So I have written this question, which is not a feature of Nearpod, and I'm writing here. So I'm writing here interactive self-paced lessons. Then I'm writing summative exams. And I'm going to add one more, self-paced student lessons. And I am marking my correct answer. And then let's say I'm saving this. So when a child will do this time to climb, there will be elements of gamification. As you can see already, this is coming, that it will show a very game sort of environment, and where the child, if he attempt many correct questions, he will be given in between some promptos, batches, some but award sort of thing. So this is different from quiz because it shows how to climb up the ladder step by step. Now these were two activities which I wanted to show you, which we did not did yesterday. Another thing was in terms of content, if you did not get a chance to explore Nearpod 3D, there are beautiful 3D images over here, and it's a blessing for science teachers. Some of the things you may like to show it in your class. For example, if I go to human body and I want to show 3D aspect of it, so let me take skeleton system and I say done. So this is Nearpod 3D. You would actually be able to see it in 3D view. So if I preview this lesson and show you how it goes, and let us see that slide where the 3D element was coming up. So this was the first slide where my cursor was, so I can actually show it, and I can zoom in, zoom out, and I can actually play around with this 3D image. So this is a 3D model, not just a 2D chart. I wish I had my pen around so I could have shown it by turning around. But please play around with this feature at your own leisure and try this amazing feature. However, there are limitations. You will not find 3D model of everything, but as I said, this can be a boon for science teachers to show some abstract diagrams and abstract concepts. Now coming back, we have given this some work. So what work I have given this Nearpod to upload my video. So this is my video. So this video is on my system, my personal video. On this video, if I want to add an activity, I will make it pause here and I will click on add activity. And then I have choice what kind of activity I want to add. So I am adding an open-ended question here in my activity. Let's say, have you heard of mixed reality? So this video is something related to adding 3D effects. So mixed reality. So this is an open-ended question. If yes, please describe in your own words. So I have given this open-ended question to my class after watching some bit of video, and then I can save it. The same way I can pause after some time and give another question. Once I am done all this, I can save my video, and you would see that this is my video, not a Nearpod Nearpod ready-made video. This is a video on adding 3D effects, how to add 3D effects. So I'm writing it over here. So I'm writing adding 3D effects. And I'm saying see, save and exit. Now this is my new video lesson which I can send home to my students to watch along with some questions in between. So if I send it as a student-based lesson, I will go to student-based. I will have this code given to my students. They will watch the lesson at their own leisure and they will attempt the question which will come in between my video. So this is a good suggestion that whosoever is sending videos home for certain classes where children are not coming live to attend a few subjects and you are sending teachers recorded video, please bring those videos to Nearpod, add questions in between so that children enjoy watching the video and are able to interact with that video. So this is real-time interaction with the video. So I am very forgetful. Let me come back to my PPT and see if I am missing out anything from the agenda. I have one last thing to be touched on from the agenda, that is Immersive Reader. Now, Immersive Reader is, if those of you who have seen Immersive Reader, so I will first show you what an Immersive Reader is from my system in using some other tools so that you see its power, because if I give you the link, I am not sure whether you all are working on devices and can check Immersive Reader right away. So basically, Immersive Reader reads for the students. So it's a software which reads for you. Now see from where to activate Immersive Reader. Those of you who want to try, you click on this image of yours, icon, which is on the extreme right corner of the screen. Go to Manage Nearpod account. Then go to below the profile option, there is this option Advanced. So I'm repeating from where I reach here because I think I went really fast. So this is my name avatar. I click on this. I go to manage Nearpod account and then I go to advanced. Now here are some important features. First, this immersive reader has to be on. If you switch it on, not only you have to do it, if you are sending a Nearpod lesson to your students, ask them to enable it in their Nearpod account also, so that they will also be able to see activation of Nearpod on the on their devices. Now, what does Nearpod done? It comes as an icon on your lesson and it reads the lesson or slides for you, whatever content is there. So this tool is a blessing for children, those who are, slow reader, those who have difficulty with reading. So they can actually read various things from here. So this is the way we would go with this one. And now once we are done with this, immersive reader is on. This is show quiz and multiple choice questions in student paced mode. So while you are sending a lesson home and students are doing quizzes at their own pace, do you want them to show the answers? If yes, like if they have attempted a particular quiz, should they be able to see correct answers? If they should be able to see correct answers, please make sure this is on. If you don't want to, have them access to the correct answers, please make sure it's off. So let's say I'm putting it on and then allow students to resubmit answers in live participation mode. Some of you were able to post multiple responses on my collaborative wall. Why it was happening? Because I have not switched it on. I want children to interact as much as they can. I just don't want to limit them to one response. But if it is a test sort of thing that you are doing and you want children to give just one answer, then please make sure this is off. So do these settings from your profile. Enable collaborate board for student-paced lesson. Now students are, you are sending a lesson home. Now if you have set up a collaborative wall, definitely you are not there to moderate the responses. Now if you are not there to moderate the responses, should children see each other's answer, which can be anything, you don't know. So I would suggest that in the self-paced lessons, collaborative boards, should not be used as an activity. This should be done in the live lesson only. If you want to do it, collect responses and show them after moderating in the class, then also keep it off, please. Then it says that, however, if you keep it on, the teacher can at any point of time delete some responses which are not related from the back end. But you are not sitting on that wall only the entire day. Suppose a child has put something wrong and that has to be removed then and there, and to remove it after 4 hours when everybody else is seen, there is no point doing that. So this is suggested to be off. Now require student submission. As I told you that if in a student-based lesson, yesterday we had discussed that if we switch this button on, now child cannot take the lesson the way he or she wants. He has to follow a structure, like slide number 1 is content, read the content, slide number 2 is activity, do the activity, submit it, and then the child will have access to slide number 3. But if this is off, like any other PPT, the child will play around with your slides from first to last without attempting the activities in between. So this is recommended that this should be on. Now I have switched immersive reader on. So my lesson will have immersive reader feature on. But if you have switched it on in your account, then only if I give you an activity, you would be able to see how immersive reader plays it. So for those who are new to immersive reader, I would recommend that there is a beautiful video when you write the first thing here, immersive reader, because this is a recently launched feature. Immersive reader comes to Nearpod, and you can watch this video or there is a video also, and there is this article also. Now if you see, so here it is. I am just going to show you these slides. So what immersive reader does, that it reads for you, and you can increase the text slides. So if there are some content slides in your Nearpod presentation and you want a child it to be read out by the software to the child, you can use Nearpod. You can change the color combination. So this particular feature is very good for differently abled students. Those who have some problem with color, those who have problem with reading, those who have problem with understanding different character structure, Nearpod is really a blessing for them. So you can activate Nearpod, immersive reader in Nearpod slides. So when you activate it from your account, make sure you tell it to the students also that if you want to see the power of Nearpod in your lesson or you want the read aloud feature for you within the Nearpod, please activate this feature. So I'm going to quickly recap what I showed you from where all these settings were available. Go to your avatar icon, go to manage Nearpod account, go to advanced setting in your profile, and then here are all the important features. Now, coming back to this slide, so I'm going to give you this particular lesson link, which I was doing about Flipgrid. So let me just search this lesson. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to remove some extra slides from here, which I showed you. So let me have just one feedback from you so that you experience. I have two time to time, so I'm deleting one. And this is skeleton if you want to experience. So I'm going to give you a link of this lesson because it has three different things which I promised you yesterday that I will show you. So I'm going to give you the link of this lesson and I'm going to take a pause for 2 minutes for you to try this at your own pace. So this is, I'm going to send you this and I'm going to make it live, not student based, because I really want some of you to try this and I want to see your responses. So this is the link of this lesson. I'm going to copy the link and paste it in the chat window. Now you can either join by seeing the code or by using the link which is given in the description box. It is visible over here also. Now, if you have got the Flipgrid link, I request you all to record. You can. It is okay if you don't want to share your video. It is okay if you record audio feedback also. So at least a few people can respond so that I can see the responses here. If you face any difficulty in starting with Flipgrid activity, please let us know by posting your comments in the chat window. Now see, Immersive Reader is here. If I click on this, it will read the title for me. Because I activated, now please see Immersive Reader has come over here. So if I play, it will read it out. So this is how Immersive Reader icon comes up and the software can read aloud the instructions for you or for the student. So I'm just waiting for you all to provide responses. I can see that only 2 people have started the lesson. So I would encourage if more of you can start. So 24 people are in. I think 2 have clicked on the Flipgrid. Varun, please let me know if people are facing any difficulty in accessing the Flipgrid activity or are they comfortable?
Yes, ma'am. A couple of teachers have shared that they're not able to join.
The Flipgrid?
Yeah, the Nearpod link that you just shared, right, in chat window.
So this is the code FE RZD. If they go to join.nearpod.com and enter this code, I think they should be able to join. I am copy pasting it again. I think the lesson code is same.
Yes.
So I'm just going to refresh this screen to see if some responses have come upon this particular activity. So I'm just waiting for 2-3 more minutes. Otherwise, I will give the link of this as a self-paced lesson. If they are facing difficulty, they can then do it as a self-paced lesson and give it later on also.
Sure, sure. And we'll also be sharing it along with in today's mailer if required. So, sure, that can be done.
So the idea is they should be able to experience how to leverage Flipgrid from within Nearpod. That's why I wanted a few people to check it.
Got it.
So it's okay if you are not able to do it. Now you can experience this slide, the next slide, which is about time to climb activity. Now please see this. This activity would allow you to, select your own avatar when you tried as a student and your name. So you can see that the whole environment is gamified. It's showing me 1 connected, 4 connected. So I can start the activities, let 2-3 more people join in. So I'm seeing it says that waiting for player 8 connected. Hit start when you are ready. So as a teacher, when I see all my students are in, then I can click on start. So just waiting for a couple more seconds so that some more people can come in. Okay, so I'm going to click on start now. And here is the first question. So I can see my student list here. And as you all will answer, so this is showing me the leaderboard. So like in Kahoot, it shows the leaderboard. So it is showing me the leaderboard here. Whosoever will get first, maximum points will come on top, so I can see the scoreboard on my system. So there is a timer attached to every question. So first question time is over, I think. So I could see the points after the first question. Then I think the second questions, good. Nora is on, top of the leaderboard. Now you can encourage more students to come up. So like Kahoot, it also keep track of the time that you spend on answering a particular question. WWW stands for World Wide Web. So after the second question, Prabpreet is leading the leaderboard. So now Suniti, Ruchi, you have the last opportunity to come up on the leaderboard. So act fast. I'm sure those of you who have tried Kahoot in your class will be having almost similar experience. Great. So we have our top 3, top 4 winners here, and you can that way encourage students to, be quick and attentive during the class by showing them their score, so they may, feel, oh, I was very close to top 4, I was very close to the top first person, second person. So this is a good way of conducting this activity in the class. Now the last was a 3D image which I showed you. Now on your own devices you can experience and see how this 3D model looks to you. You can go a little closer to it and you can try, if you are on laptop, you can try seeing the backside of the image with the mouse also, if you are able to rotate it. And you can zoom in, zoom out. So that's about having 3D images in Nearpod, and the lesson is now over. I want to, congratulate the teachers, those who took out time and completed the lessons. So here are some very good responses which we have got received yesterday. So many of the educators have completed the lesson. And I'm going to, show just one lesson in front of you. So let me just pick up one sample lesson from here. Okay, so just give me 1 minute. I think I pasted that particular slide as an image. So my link is not working. I'm getting an Excel link quickly and I'm going to show you one lesson. And I want to congratulate all of you, those who took this initiative to try making the lessons yesterday itself. So you have actually completed your assignment number 1 and now you are going to get your assignment number 2. So by the time it's loading, have a look at, okay, so I will just quickly pull out the assignment number submissions from here. Just give me 1 minute. So here is your assignment Excel and I'm going to open it and show you quickly. And I'm going to play one of this and I tested and I like one which I'm going to play it now for you to experience, those who have new to the platform today. So you can actually try this today. So if I were a student of Shirupa ma'am who has prepared this lesson and if I would have got this link, so I'm showing you the student experience. So I've got this link as my homework assignment. So I'm joining the lesson and showing you. So this is a VR content which ma'am had asked me to check. So I could check it and then here is a slide which shows some beautiful aspects of sea life. Now there are the features which I am supposed to go through. So there is features of water species which I mentioned and habitat of the aquatic life is being explained beautifully. And then towards the end there is an activity, draw activity for me. Given is a sea anemone label and then I have to complete some drawing activity for which the instructions are clearly given. So as you noticed that there were 3 content slide here and there were 2 activities here. So I have to draw it, then it will allow me to go next. So I'm just randomly drawing something because this is not taking a blank response for me. Now this is a poll. So there were 3 content slides and 2 activity slides. So I'm not sure, I'm not a bio student, but I liked your work, ma'am. So I'm just going to submit it. And then there is a memory test. Wow, a 3rd activity also. So this is how I wanted to give you a glimpse of. I really appreciate each one of you because I have less time. Otherwise, I would have shown 7, 8 out from here. But this is the way when you create a self-paced lesson and share the link with your students. How would they attempt your lesson? So a good try by all of you, those who have submitted. I'm very honest in admitting here that I could check 10 out of these, not all. During, once you will submit now, I will check all peacefully. I will put my remarks, comment, and give you wherever the feedback is also required. Then that this can be done better with this activity. I would do that also for you. That's a promise for my side. And now here is the task for second assignment for your certification. One assignment was given yesterday, and I'm sure Varun has shared with you all on mail. So this is the second day assignment is you have to create a live lesson. That was student-based lesson. Now you have to create a live lesson in Nearpod. Your lesson must have 3 content slide and 3 activity slide. A Flipgrid activity slide in the lesson is a must where students can record their feedback of Nearpod lesson. So you would do a live lesson with minimum 15 students on any topic that you want to do. Flipgrid activity will be the last activity of that lesson, and you will tell your children to record the feedback. Now what you have to give us is student page link of this lesson and the Flipgrid link of your live lesson. Flipgrid link feedback of the live lesson. So we will give you exact instructions in the mail. Your assignment live lesson name should be Nearpod assignment 2 lesson on topic for this grade. So we want the Flipgrid link also along with your lesson link. So this instruction will come to you in a separate mail. So why I have given you this live lesson with minimum 15 students, so that if you can recall what we discussed yesterday, that if you want to become a gold member of Nearpod and want to avail all features, so you can become a Nearpod certified educator. And the minimum criteria to become a Nearpod certified educator was to do a live lesson with 15 students and share the link of the lesson in Nearpod certified educator application form. So once you do this, your both objectives will be fulfilled. You are doing the assignment number 2 for Osmania University certificate also, and you are doing your task for Nearpod certified educator application also. So that is your second task. Now I'm available for next 10 minutes. Should you have any query, please feel free to ask it in the chat window, and I will come to know about it and I will try to respond.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. We have a first question from an account by the name Academic Manager. Would it be possible to revise yesterday's features once for 5 minutes?
Okay. Sir, let us take few more questions, then I will come back to that.
Okay, sure. So there's a question from Amina Hafiz. Do we have the facility of labeling the diagrams in 3D models, ma'am? Or maybe adding questions to it?
So we can display a 3D model on one slide. We can just name the diagram, but we can't put labels over there. On the next slide, you can put your notes or questions related to the 3D diagram, but not on the same slide.
Yeah, thank you so much. There's a question from an account by the name Princey VP. Can we use videos of Nearpod while taking Zoom classes?
Why not? Like I was using this video, so I picked up any video and I shared the link. You got the link on YouTube, so I shared it in Google Meet window. The same way when my school is doing classes on Teams, so I pick up any video and share its link in Teams chat window. The same way you can paste the link in Zoom chat window. So students will be able to have access to your video lesson. It is doable, sir. And the second thing is, if you can recall, once my video become a lesson. So I just show you from my homepage, when I select a video, add interactivity to it, and once it becomes a lesson. So this is my video lesson. I can they have added a feature when you go to live participation. So there is a feature of integration with Zoom. If you notice that, make this a Zoom meeting. So you can directly schedule a Zoom meeting from here to do this lesson live with your students. And Microsoft Teams is here. You can paste the link directly in Microsoft Teams. Same with Google Classroom.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. There's a question from Saida Siddiqua. After selecting add-on Nearpod to slides, it is not allowing me to move to the further steps. May I know what the reason might be?
Yeah, so I'm just, please see my screen. If you are getting the error that Drive is not coming up, so go to drive.google.com because your Nearpod lessons will ultimately be stored on the Drive. So when you go to drive.google.com and you have to check the permissions on your Drive. So this is my Drive, and I'm just going to show you one more thing. There is something called settings here, and you have to check your permissions of the apps. So have you given, if this permission of Nearpod is not coming on your Drive, so then it means that you have not given permission to access the Drive. So while you are giving permissions, please ensure all the checkboxes are ticked. So if you have not given permission to Drive, it will not allow you to create a lesson. So this is a different account of my son. That's why it is not showing Nearpod here. But in my previous account, if I go to settings, it will show me that I'm given permission to Drive. Please check your Drive permissions for that.
Thank you, ma'am. There's a question from Miss Suniti Jaitley. How many Nearpod lessons can be saved in my library?
So if I trust she's a silver user. So if she's a silver user, you can, keep an eye from, from here. I'm just going to show you. So I am showing you. When you go to Nearpod, your profile. So suppose I go to my profile here. So I am being allotted 1 GB space, and out of that, because I'm a gold member, my space is 1 GB, and I've used 175 MB. If she's a silver edition user, I think here it would come as 100 MB, and she can check how much space is left with her. So if she will become a certified educator, as I said, which is very easy to do, she will get 1 GB. 1 GB, I can't tell in numbers that 50 lesson or 100 because it depends on the lesson size. But a good amount of lessons can be created in 1 GB. You can keep it as minimum 50 lessons you could create using 1 GB space.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. There's a question from a similar account. It reads out something like this. Can we add videos from YouTube directly while you are explaining that video adding part, and where you can add the questions on your part? Can we add the links directly, and would that be possible, or should we download it and re-upload it again?
No, so it is, I think, possible. YouTube is directly here, so you can bring the video from YouTube.
That's great.
We have this option.
Okay, there's a question from Miss Sunjita Kaur. Can we rotate the image for 3D view?
I think that's not possible.
There's a question from Ms. Neela Manal. Are there any security issues related to Nearpod? Can we use it safely in Microsoft Teams school's account?
Yeah, you can use that. There is no such issue. But as I said, if you use it with Google Slide, and then if you give the access of your Google Slides, it will ask you to give access to your Google account for Nearpod. Then Nearpod doesn't take just the basic information. There are some apps that just take basic profile information from an account, while there are some apps that take the complete access of your Google account. So, like if you do a Nearpod add-in or a peer deck add-in to your Google Slides, then you have to give complete access. There is a reason why they need complete access, because whatever you will create using their tool, it will be saved on your Google Drive. So they need Drive access. When you give Drive access on your Drive, there are images, your personal photographs. So they will have access to everything because you have given access to complete Drive. So if you are not comfortable doing that, as I said, for trying all such things, create a separate Google account which you would not use for any other purpose. And on the Drive of that, you don't have any personal data. Then there is no issue. You can comfortably use that.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. There's a question from Ms. Purnima Satish. What would be the advantage of working on Google Slides directly rather than on Nearpod?
So, let's say for example, I have made a 20 slide PPT to teach, let's say, integers in mathematics. And today I have attended a training where I'm being taught of adding interactivity in the class. So I feel, कुछ ऐसा होता है कि after my 3 slides of integers, I can put a quiz. and then after my 5 slides I could do a poll. So I want to bring interactivity into my existing Google in PowerPoint presentation. Now what I would do is I would go to my Google slide. So I'm just quickly trying to show if you can see from here. So I would go to Gmail, my mail account, and if I have a PowerPoint which is already with me, so I had made my PowerPoint which was with me already on my system. I want to make that existing PPT interactive. So what I'm going to do that, I'm going to go to my drive. So my Google Drive is here, and I will upload that PPT to my drive from my system. So I'm going to go to new, and I'm going to say file upload. So from my system I bring a PPT here. So let me go to a PPT. Once my PPT has come to my drive, I can open it with Google Slides and add interactivity into that. That's what I'm trying to say that. So uploading will take some time, but I can give you glimpses of what will happen. So suppose this is a presentation which is on my system. I bring it up. It will take some time to upload. So because it says starting to upload. So once it is uploaded, now if I go to Google Slides and I try to open the same presentation. So this is a recent presentation which I have uploaded. So if I edit it with Google Slides, now if I bring the add-on of Nearpod, I can add quizzes and activities in my existing presentation. That's the advantage. I hope your question is answered, ma'am.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. There's a question from Ms. Sheikh Shanu. Can you explain about today's assignment again?
Yeah. So I said that you make a live lesson. Do it with your students. In your live lesson, you have at least 3 content slide and 3 activity slide. If you want more slides, you are welcome to do that, but that's the minimum. Minimum 3 content slide, 3 activity slide, and one of the activity slide, the last activity slide should be Flipgrid activity, where you tell students to share their experience of this Nearpod lesson. How did they like the lesson in Nearpod created by you? So actually, the feedback of your that day's class when you did Nearpod lesson with your students live in the class with minimum 15 students. So when you have done this, we want 2 things from you: link of your live lesson along with the link of Flipgrid on which the responses are stored.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. There's a question from Nazia Hassan. Can we insert GeoGebra activity?
GeoGebra activity, ma'am, I am not sure because I'm not a maths teacher. I haven't tried. I'm just opening in front of you and trying to see the activity page because I never felt the need, so I'm not sure. It can be there and it cannot be. Let me see. So if I am editing a lesson and I'm coming to add slide, and here are the list of activities. No, ma'am, GeoGebra is not there. In the content, let me see. In the content also, GeoGebra is not integrated. You can have this PHET simulation, but not GeoGebra. Yes, sir. Are there more questions?
Yes, there's a question from Mr. Santosh. If we don't have students currently, how do we conduct a lesson?
Okay, then in that case, we can give them this liberty to do it as a self-paced lesson, but Flipgrid responses can come in a student-paced lesson also, not a problem. I gave this idea of live lessons so that your requirement to become a Nearpod certified educator is also completed and you can fill form and get double certification in one go. That's why I thought of having the live lesson link. But if you do not have your students, please do it as a self-paced lesson.
Great. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. I think there are no more questions that are coming up. If there is any, I would let you know. Can we go about the 5-minute preview of yesterday's session?
Sure. So Nearpod is basically a tool to create integrated lessons, and we can easily do formative assessment using Nearpod. So this is the interface when you go to any browser and type nearpod.com, and then you sign in using Office 365 or any of your ID Google account. Then you come to this landing page, which is your dashboard. Whatever lessons have been created by you, that will come up as my lessons, and they all will appear here. However, there is a great repository of ready-made lessons, and you can search the ready-made lessons into my library. So if you go to my library, if you go to Nearpod library, my library shows your lesson. If you go to Nearpod library, you will be able to see the ready-made lessons. So there are many ready-made lessons. You can pick up any one of those. You can do a lesson search by subject. So let's say if I'm searching for maths lessons only, and I have to select, which grade, then I can select grade. I will get grade specific. Otherwise, there are a number of lessons. Say for example, there is a lesson on parallelogram and triangles here. So if suppose I'm a maths teacher and I'm teaching the similar topic and I want to see how is this ready-made lesson, I can preview this lesson at my pace, and I feel that this lesson is good. I want 10 slides of it and not the last slide. Then or even if I want the full presentation, I want to edit it my way, but I want to take this presentation, I can go to add my library. Then this will become my own lesson, and a copy of this lesson will come to my library. So if you see my library, then this first lesson has come, which was a ready-made lesson. Now I can edit this lesson, and I can say when I'm editing, it is saying you are actually making a duplicate copy of this lesson, because I can't actually edit the someone's original lesson. Now whatever slides I don't need, I can delete. If I want to add more slides, I can add more slides to this existing lesson by clicking on add slide. So I can actually leverage a ready-made lesson also. I'm done with the lesson by adding slide. So I can say save and exit. And once I save a lesson, now here there are two buttons. Preview is to see the preview, how students will have a feel of this lesson. Share is to share the editable link with a colleague or with your seniors to approve the lesson. So if you want approvals, you can share the link. If you want your colleagues to do value addition, you can share the lesson link to your email IDs from here. And then make sure that you want them to give edit rights, because they'll be able to do changes if they want. If you don't want to give them editable rights, please share the student link with them, so that like a student they can preview but they cannot make changes. So you can save and exit a lesson. Once you have done that, this is your own lesson. So you could have actually changed the title by your name, and you could have done those changes. So this is your lesson. This is original lesson. This is it. Now see here, the author is coming, Sonia Wadhwa, because I made a duplicate copy of it and I would like to change it my way. So we had done creation of lessons in Nearpod yesterday. So once you go to lesson in Nearpod, click here. Now lesson, everything in the lesson is called as a slide. However, slide meaning is different. You can have a content slide and you can have an activity slide. So if you have a content slide, you can put different kind of content. You can put a normal PowerPoint slide, like a slide with text, video, audio. You can have a slide which has only video, you can have a slide. This is interesting, I'm showing you this. So this is a web content slide. So for example, I'm giving them this URL. Let's say I'm giving them my school website, website link. So I'm writing here sanskaar.org. So I want students to go to a school website. So it says test this link. So you can actually test this link, whether it is working or not. So once you have tested, you say save. So I want students to see this website during the class, and then I want them to answer certain questions, which I can put up on the next slide. So I can give them a assignment based on the web content. So when you are doing Nearpod lessons, students are not going out of Nearpod to see some web content. So you can have contents which can be field trips, which can be DDC videos, which can be your already existing space, 3D images from Nearpod. You can have a PDF uploaded which students will see, and based on that you can create your activities around on the slides to come. Now you can have slides activities like time to climb, open-ended question, match the pair, quizzes, Flipgrid activity to draw something, like if you want children to draw diagrams, collaborative board, polls, fill in the blanks, and memory test. So there are a plethora of activities that you can bring in. Once you have done everything, you save your lesson, create your lesson, and you can give it a name if you have not given it beforehand. And you can, set it for this, and then You can set a subject here and then you can say save and exit. Nobody asked me this question the way we are seeing the ready-made lessons from the library. Can our own lessons come up over there? Now, if you can see that these are by teachers. So when you are making the lessons here, your own lessons are not going to public library. If you want your content, you have made a really beautiful lesson and you feel that let the students in other corner of the world be benefited from this public lesson and you would like it to be added to Nearpod library, please drop a mail to the team with a lesson link so that they can preview your lesson whether it of that quality that it can be put in into Nearpod lesson library, right? So this is what we did yesterday. So Nearpod is basically a tool for your assessment, creating content and making your lessons interactive. Varun, I hope that gives a quick review of the lesson, of the tool.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. So, dear teachers, if you have any other questions, please share it in the chat box. So, dear teachers, I just have a couple of announcements to make before we call it a day today. So, the feedback link is right away. It is being presented to you on screen right now as we speak. So, please, note the feedback form. It has also been shared in the chat window. So, you can click on the feedback form, fill in all the details, and just like yesterday, you'll be getting all the details with regards to the assignments and the presentation notes will be shared. So, that being said, thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, for today's incredible session or 2 amazing days of learning. All the features of Nearpod are extremely interesting. For instance, embedding the questions while playing the video is a brilliant way, I believe, to engage the students at the same time, gain the most out of them. I personally loved the time climbing activity and had a lot of fun experiencing it. I believe it would be amazing for students as well as it's extremely engaging and it brings down all the all the fun aspects of online teaching. So thank you so much, ma'am, for introducing us to these amazing tools and thank you for being extremely patient with the entire session and answering all the questions in detail. We definitely learned something very interesting and yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Varun. Thank you, HF India, and I would like to thank, give my heartfelt thank to Osmania University and teacher.in for providing me this platform and opportunity to reach out to many more educators. And I just hope that you take this tool to your classrooms and make your lessons more engaging and let your children have fun in your online classes. Thank you so very much, each and everyone, for attending this session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And dear teachers, we'll also be sharing the Twitter handle links of Sonia ma'am and HChat India and us. You can, if you are on Twitter, you can tag us, let us know about how your today's session was, and you can reach out to Sonia ma'am in case if you have any other further queries as well. So thank you so much for joining us during these 2 days. I hope we had some great time and we learned a lot of amazing features of Nearpod. So the deadline with regards to the assignments will be shared over mail, and all the important information will be shared over the mail. So again, please fill the feedback form so that we can reach out to you, because that is the only way in which we can stay connected and we can complete the entire course of assignment. So thank you so much for joining us once again. Thank you so much, Sonia ma'am. Thank you. Shout out to HChat India. Thank you so much, Kaushal. And thank you so much, Usmania University, for partnering with us during these tough times and helping the educators out with their certifications. So with that being said, we are this brings to an end to today's certification program. We'll be back again. Please check out teacher.in/events for all the different related professional development activities that you can come across. So we'll keep in touch. Stay home, stay safe, and thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone.